Hello, colleagues. My name is Gao Peng from Innova Institute of Life Science and Technology in China. It's my great honor to record this video for Mr. Bobrov's 90th anniversary. At first, I would like to express my respect to Mr. Bobrov for his contribution to the study of torsion field. LED generator is really a great device for me. I usually use it for non-local experiments, biological experiments, and crystal experiments. So let's talk about the non-local experiments at first. I conducted many non-local experiments in different distances from several kilometers to thousands of kilometers. This is my first successful non-local experiment, although the distance is not very far, only 5 kilometers from my home and the lab. The sensor I used is the EIS from Cybertronica Research placed in the lab, and the LED generator is powered by a battery placed in my home. So we can see the result is very positive. The gray bar is the impact time, and we can see the impedance change a lot, but the temperature around the water sample is still very stable. The next experiment is cooperated with Dr. Serge Kernbach before the water conference in 2018. The setup is two EIS were running in Stuttgart, and the photo of the samples was sent to me through the email. And this is my setup. I put the photo on the LED generator. I should choose a random time between 0 o'clock to 4 o'clock because the sensor in this period is very stable. So let's see the result. Stage 1 is impacted by the LED generator. So we can see before the impact time, the sensor is already very stable, but after impacted by LED generator, the impedance grow up to 20 ohms. So we can see both LED generator and EIS have very good performance. So I think LED generator can be used as a standard tool for checking other torsion field sensors. The next one is my own sensor, based on measuring the dark current of photodiode. The basic structure is like this. The photodiode is placed in the center, and the two temperature sensors are placed next to it, and put all the elements into the cell, and put the whole system into the thermostat box. For testing this sensor, I also need a non-local key. In previous experiments, I always use a normal camera or cell phone to take the photo of the sensor. We can see the sensitive error of the sensor is very small relative to the whole picture. So if we use LED generator to impact the picture, uh, only a few emission can be added on the sensitive error. But if I use a microscope to take the photo of the sensor, we can see the sensitive error after zoomed in will be much bigger relative to the whole picture. So most of the emission from LED generator will be added on the sensitive error. I call this method optical amplifier or optical lever. I think any small sensors can use this method. Of course, the result is very positive. We can see after the photo of the sensor is impacted by LED generator, we can see the dark current will change very fast. But in my previous experiments, the dark current always change very slowly. The next interesting phenomena is the synchronization phenomena. This is not a new phenomenon. Dr. Serge Kernbach have talked about this phenomena for many times. I want to say I also observed this phenomena in the experiments of photodiode. We can see the dark current of the photodiode and the temperature will change at the same time during the impact time. I think this is a very typical phenomena in the non-local experiments, and no matter which kind of the sensor is used. This is another interesting setup that I want to share. Combine the LED generator with the CSE. There are two reasons that I want to try this setup. Point one is that CSE found by Mr. Grabnikov is a very famous effect. Point two is that because of these two books, the name of the book is The Research and Application of Chi. The author is a very famous Japanese scientist called Takashi Oki. He said in his book that the CSE can increase the effect of Qi. So I plug every LED into a polypropylene pipe. So the finished device is on the left. For testing the LED generator and the CSE, I made a random time generator. When it's turned on, a random time between 0 o'clock to 4 o'clock will be generated and stored in the microchip. I don't know the random time. The second day, I will analyze the data of the sensor, try to find out the impact time. I will compare the analyzed time with the random time. I can always get the right answer. And we can see on the right, the correlation is very good. The author of this book, Takashi Aoki, I will send me an email about my paper of photodiode. He said he ever did the similar experiment. In his experiment, the external qi from Qigong master can influence the dark current of the PMT. And in my experiment, the LED generator can influence the dark current of the photodiode. In fact, the PMT and the photodiode are similar sensor, and we all measure the dark current. We even use the same circuit to measure the dark current. So I guess maybe the emission from the LED generator has a similar nature with Qi from Qigong Master. The next session is a biological experiment, the influence of LED generator on the yeast cell. The setup is like this. The LED generator is placed in a black box and the yeast cell is placed in a stainless steel container, and we can see the result on the right. The ATP and ADP level in exposure group is higher than the control group. And in further analysis, my colleague in biology department told me that the related metabolome and genome also changed. This is our latest paper about this experiment. The next session is the crystal experiment, the influence of LED generator on the salt solution. I put the same volume of salt solution in the two dishes and let them air dry naturally. We can see the crystals in the explorer group are much bigger than the control group, and this is also a very interesting phenomenon. Okay, many thanks for watching. I think LED generator is really an important and basic tool for the study of torsion field. I hope to find more and more applications with LED generator. Best wishes to Mr. Bobrov and best wishes to all of you.